So Christchurch City will finally get its stadium, 25,000 seats as opposed to some councillors who wanted 30,000. And joining me now is Christchurch City Councillor Keown. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Chris. How are you?
Good, thank you, sir. What did you make of today's outcome?
I think it's disappointing for the people of Christchurch, Canterbury, and essentially all of New Zealand.
Why do you say that?
Well, we are the second largest city and we're going to have the fourth largest stadium. The people of Christchurch have been promised a stadium since the earthquakes. They were expecting a 30,000 seat capacity with 36 for concerts, and that's being reduced to 25,000 with 36 for concerts.
Today, Christchurch City staff talked about the so-called sweet spot, suggesting that they could possibly get up to 27,500 for concerts. Do you still not see that as being the best way forward?
No, as New Zealand's second largest city, we need to have a clear stake in the ground that we are going to have the second most amount of events. We're an epicentre here in the South Island. We're an attractive destination and we need to step up and do our bit. And it doesn't need to cost the ratepayers any more money.
How would you see that working? Because today, allegedly, behind closed doors, there was discussion suggesting that an extra 5,000 seats could cost $88 million. Is that true or false?
That figure is correct. It would cost approximately that. That's if all the worst case scenarios come into play. Remember that this adjustment's been made because commodity prices around the world and freight are right up, they've ramped up because of COVID. I don't believe they will stay there. If you look at steel, if you track steel over the decades, it always goes up and down. So you're currently modelling on a worst case scenario. And so I think the prices would come down. But it wasn't about the ratepayer stepping up. Sam McDonald and James Goff put forward a motion that we would talk to the government and our other councils in the area to help fund it.
Okay. There has been a suggestion, though, that if the city did get 30,000 seats, it could only be used in that capacity once a year. What's your thoughts on that? That's some of the criticism that's come about today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't disagree with that criticism, or at least throwing a lens on it. So that would be the All Blacks would attract that. There's a number of sports that could do better numbers than they currently do. Certainly Crusader Games will have a lot higher attendance than they currently do because people love a shiny new. And evidence of that is the new hospital. A&E, since it opened, has been running at 50% more. People go and check something out, and we'll have the same honeymoon period when the stadium opens. So you'll get those extra numbers. But it's the big concerts and other events that I'm interested in. And the motion that was put forward today to keep it at 30,000 also allowed us to have 41,000 for those concerts. Once Britney Spears gets through her court case, we'll be inviting her to come over, Chris.
You've got...
could even see it.
Yeah, you've got me now. What's the latest with this information that suggests the man that was supposed to be overseeing the stadium project quit last week?
I don't have a lot of the details over that, but to be honest, it's not the end of the world. It's just a change of guard of the people that are overseeing it. We have industry people that are going to oversee. They're a board on behalf of the council that know what they're doing. They keep a lens on it, and two of my favourite people on that, Richard Peebles, who a lot of people in the city respect because he knows how to deliver projects, and also Barry Bragg, who I sit on the DHB with. Barry's one of the most accomplished board members there is. He's been on Ngāi Tahu for years, and so I trust what they have to say, and I think we're still in good hands.
Okay, Aaron, just finally, where to from here? Christchurch wants this stadium. It was supposed to be being built this year. Looks like it'll be next year now. Where to? What happens next?
Well, they're straight into the design phase now. If members of the public were wanting a 30,000 seater over a 25, I think they should be letting their councillors and MPs know that. There was a COVID fund set up to cover COVID-related costs. The government's borrowed $60 billion for that. They haven't spent it all yet. So, and because this has gone up because of COVID-related costs, they should be writing to their MPs saying, hey, we want 30,000 seats. We want the government to stump up and help us out, because long-term, there's productivity out of this and there's gains for Christchurch, Canterbury and New Zealand.
Christchurch City Councillor Keown, thanks so much for your time this evening.
Cheers, Chris.